Dragon's Lair. Time warp.
Kidnapped? Oh, Daddy!
Idiot!
Spirited away to a wrinkle in time by the evil wizard Mordroc. Daphne will be forced to marry the wicked Mordroc unless Dirk can save her.
My Daphne kidnapped?
Mommy's gone.
Transported by a bumbling old time machine, Dirk begins the rescue mission.
Mine!
Do it for the children. Once the casket of doom has opened, Mordroc will place the death ring upon Daphne's finger in marriage, and she will be lost forever in the Time Warp.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another No Death Run from your girl, RETROSTARR. I hope you guys are enjoying all of these games from the trilogy, Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, and Dragon's Lair 2. I fulfilled my promise on some of my friends that I was going to do this game from Digital Leisure Trilogy. So here we go. This is the final game of the trilogy, and we're going into 1991. Dragon's Lair 2, initially released in 1990. This game is definitely the hardest of the three. I can't understand why here, where you got the mother-in-law that's trying to kill Dirk. Seriously, you idiot bitch. How is he going to rescue your daughter if you're going to kill him? If he's dead, he's not going to be able to fucking rescue her. So it's like right here in the scene, he's absolutely upset that Daphne's gone and she's been kidnapped again, once again. Dirk is a human being. He can only be somewhere in a certain spot. I think everybody needs to be responsible for their lives. And of course, he's gonna rescue her. You know, he's the husband. He got all those babies and stuff like that. He's gonna be there for her. But if you kill him, he's not gonna be alive to rescue her. So what the fuck are you doing? So my man Dirk, from point blank to point, he's jumping around. He's trying to avoid things killing him. I kind of feel sorry for Dirk, but he's doing his duty as a man to rescue his wife from the evil clutches. So this game is is definitely harder of the trilogy. You have to collect 11 second treasures on the way. You got to make sure you collect them all. That's one of them right there. You got to make sure you collect all of the treasures, or you will not be able to proceed to the final stage. So you got to make sure you know where they are at and you are ready to take one for the team to grab them. And you have to act very quickly and act very fast to get the treasures. And make sure that when you get back to the game, that you are ready and you don't fuck up. So right here, you know, this game is really extremely fast paced. I deem this definitely more challenging than the first two because number one, you got so many things happening at one time. This will be a hell of a thing to memorize. It'll take some time to memorize all these moves. And when you play the arcade, playing the arcade is where it's at if you're a hardcore fan of this. Because it doesn't give you indicators, it doesn't tell you where to go. You basically have to follow the flashes, and you have to follow the little flashes. I've played this game, the original game, without the flashes, and beat it without the flashes. I only No Death ran Dragon's Lair and Space Ace. I didn't get a chance to No Death run this game. This game is sort of a force to be reckoned with, because you have the sacred treasures that you have to collect along the way, and then you have the speed that it goes at. Look how fast it goes, guys. A lot of times you have to really sit there and look at it, and you don't even have time to look to see what's going on. You just have to react because things sort of go faster than the eye can see sometimes, and you got to remember where the treasures are and be ready to get the treasures. So the challenging part was not the game itself, but making sure you collect all the treasures by the time you got to second to the last stage if you want to proceed to the final battle. So Dirk is definitely battling. Look like a lot of look like the Queen of Hearts that he was just trying to get through. As you can see, the influences and his partnership with Disney. You can see it all in this game here. You got the Queen of Hearts, you got the Mad Hatter in the hair, and you got all of your Disney characters right there. You know what I'm saying? And sprinkle in a little of the Disney characters, a little Disney here and there, so you can see that there was a lot of affiliation in the style and the art style and everything as far as Disney goes. Very beautifully graphical game. This game is gorgeous. 1991 initial release was 90. Grabbed the Apple and released in 91. Very fast-paced game, much faster paced than the original Dragon's Lair. You have to absolutely watch. You have to watch every move in this, because you blink an eye, you could be meeting your death. So you have to you really don't have time for anything else but to just react, and that's all. As you can see, I just saw Dumbo. What is Dumbo doing here? Somebody tell me why Dumbo's here. So you can see they throw a little here. They're still sprinkling in a little Disney here and a little Disney there. And they got my boy Dumbo blowing in the wind there. I would think Dumbo would have been some help to Dirt in this situation. Yeah, I grew up on all of that stuff. I loved Dumbo as a kid. Absolutely loved it. As you can see, Dirk is traveling through time. You can see him going to different times and spaces. You can see, I guess that's Beethoven there, and he's playing on his piano, and he's got Mordrak is on the side, just basically being a pain in the ass that he is. So he's going through time, running after Daphne and the evil Mordrak, whatever his name is. Look at how fast-paced this is. You can see the hammer. The secret treasures coming up, the hammer right there. You have to take your time out of all of that to grab the secret treasures, and a lot of times you can't see them because things are going so at a fast pace. To me, this secret treasure was the hardest to get because you couldn't see it. You have to absolutely play it by ear, on a hope and a prayer, because you can't even see the butterfly in its mouth. See right here where the light sort of blurts it out, and you gotta sort of play it by ear. So as you can see, as right there, I didn't grab it. I don't think I grabbed it. I'll show it in a minute, because I kept going back and forth to the sub screens to see if I got the treasure. Sometimes the animation in this game, where you know the cutscenes where you have to grab the secret treasures, sometimes it only worked on certain scenes. It didn't work on the butterfly, and it didn't work on the key. So now I have to go in and out of the sub screens to see if I got the secret treasure. And I guess you'll see here in a minute. This is a double run. I had to do it twice because some of the secret treasures were left out. And again, if you do not get all of the secret treasures by the second to the last stage, they will boot you back. And they will go as far as the very second treasure. They will go back that far, and you'll have to do it again. As you can see, I did not get the sword. There was a sword above me. I didn't get it. I totally forgot to get it. And a lot of times when you're in the heat of the moment there, and everything is going at a fast pace, a lot of times you do forget and you won't see it because things are going so quickly. So the best thing to do is to continue the game until you collect all of the treasures, and maybe you have to play the game once or twice. I got that treasure there. As you can see, the cutscene worked right there. The cutscene worked there. So now this is where you're heading toward the final stage, and this is right here. This is the second to the last stage here. Ew, he kissed him. You see the spit coming out of his mouth after he gave the kiss. That was gross. That was fucking gross. He would have got a backhand if he kissed me. As you can see, 3 sacred treasures are missing. The butterfly, the sword, and the key. So that means they boot me all the way back to the beginning. So now I have to play the game again. This is a double new death run. I went through both. I went through both the entire game twice without suffering a death, which was I thought was impressive because, you know, being at the game, I don't think the game is that hard, but to try to get through it without death, or more than once, it's pretty impressive. So now I gotta go back. They send me all the way back because the key is at the beginning. So wherever your sacred treasure is that you missed, they will send you back to that stage to get it, and then you will just have to replay everything up to the second to the last stage. So now we're doing this again. As you can see, like I said, you guys, it's broken. This for some reason the cutscenes won't show when I get the key. The cutscenes won't show when I get the butterfly. Those two right there, it just never shows the cutscenes, but it shows the cutscenes on all the other secret treasures. I'm missing 3, so yeah, I have to get all of those if I want to proceed through the game. So I think it's 11 or 10 or 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 11. I think I forgot the key again, guys. You see that? I tried to get the key. The thing of it is that really agitated me. This is why I like to play the arcade, because when you're playing the arcade, as you can see, it worked right there too. You play the arcade, everything works like it's supposed to work, but this game, it was not working like it was supposed to work. So I thought I grabbed the key and I didn't. So I was trying to decide there whether I was going to proceed through the game or go back. So since I did not die, I thought I'd just keep going, and not start over. Just keep going as far as I can go without dying, and see if I can land a no death run. So far so good. The game was this game was fun, and I thought it was well done. It's just the cutscenes. The cutscenes and a lot of the scenes was not working correctly. It was not exactly working right. So it makes it hard to play the game because you don't know whether you got the sacred treasures or you don't. And a lot of times you have to check that screen, that sub-screen, to see if you do. You don't check that sub-screen, you could be you're gonna have to do what I did here, and that's you have to play the game twice. Because you won't even be able to see the ending without all the 11 treasures. It goes really fast though. The game is short. Thank God it is. So we're back to the Mad Hatter and the Hare and the Queen of Hearts. I don't have to collect the treasures over again. That's the good part. I got this treasure already, so I don't have to worry about collecting the treasure again. The only treasures you guys have to worry about is the treasures that you didn't get. So proceed through the game as normal. You don't have to worry about getting the treasures. Don't try to risk catching a body or dying to get a treasure that you already have. Only concentrate on the ones you don't have. So just play the game up until the point where you have to get one of the missing treasures. So without the missing treasures, it's kind of easy. This is easy without having to try to collect those treasures. It's really easy. I think it is. And of course, you play this on the arcade, and play this on the arcade, even though it's not so easy, because you definitely have to remember your moves. And in this game, the movements, it's a lot of movements. It's a lot of definitely a lot to remember. The original Dragon's Lair I can remember off the top of my head. This right here is a whole different animal. You got so many moves. You got so many things that you have to do. Sword, 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 up, sword, and it moves really fast. So it's gonna take some time to remember all of this. It's gonna take time. I'm saying it's not possible. It's just gonna take time. So I'm definitely going to find Dragon's Lair 2 setup is way more rare than finding a Dragon's Lair 1. You can find a Dragon's Lair 1 somewhere, but try to find this Dragon's Lair 2 arcade machine is going to be more rare. So I'm hoping maybe I can go to the Galaxy Ghost and they have this, and then I could just do a run on natural hardware, which would be a lot better. I wouldn't have to do the game twice. I would just do one run and hit it in one run. So now we're already back to the part where we have to get the butterfly. And it's important that I get the butterfly this time so that I can proceed through the game. Beautifully drawn, beautifully done. You will never get anything better than this on a Laserdisc. I know there's some other Laserdisc games, but this is top notch here. This is definitely top notch here. They have some other Laserdisc games I never heard of before. I definitely, if I get a hold of those Laserdisc games, I'll throw them in on the channel. Definitely. So this is a point and click Dragon's Lair 2, 1991. 1991. Coming in to the 90s. Right at the door of the 90s. So this is beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. Beautiful stuff. The thing of it is that created by your boy, of course, Don Bluth. He's the creator of the Dragon's Lair series and all that has to do with it. So now I'm almost to the end again, and I have to make sure I get the sword this time. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to play it again because I don't think I got the key. So I did a couple loops in this. So as you can see, I got the sword this time. You see that? See the cutscene that it makes when you grab it? That's what it should do with everyone, and they all don't work like that. The butterfly didn't work. The key didn't work, so it's kind of hard to tell unless you go to the sub screen that you got it. You don't go to the sub screen to check if you got it. You have to play it again. You have to play the game again. This is what happens when you don't look at the sub screens. The sub screens are the screens you see when you pause it. It'll show you all the secret treasures, and you'll be able to see if you got every last one of them. So I guess I think they knew what they were doing by creating that. Now this is where it ends when he kisses him, when he kisses Dirk, which is really gross. Ew. This is where it ends. You don't proceed past this point if you don't have all the secret treasures. And they will show you what you got. Okay, I didn't get the butterfly again, and I need to go back to get the key. So now they're gonna boot me back to the beginning because the key is at the beginning of the game. So now we're going on. I believe this is loop 2. This is the second loop. The second loop. As you see, there's a little bit of lag. I've been playing this game a while, so it's like it's starting to lag a bit. So now, like I said, you don't have to collect the treasures. As you can see, I didn't get the arrow, I didn't get the bow, because I already have them. You don't have to collect the treasures if you have them already. Focus on the ones you don't have. Do not risk your life to get a secret treasure that you already possess, that you already have. Only focus on the ones you don't have. So just play the game normally, and when you get up to that point to get the treasures, just make sure you grab it. Make sure you check the sub screen if this cutscene doesn't happen. You gotta check the sub screen. See, as you can see, it's still not working. The keys cutscene still not working. So now I've got to, as soon as I get a chance, I have to check the sub screen. Just make sure I get the safety first, and don't try to do it in the middle of a game because I could die. Okay, this was the chance. Okay, I did get it this time. This time I did get the key. And that's what's messed up about this part. Is because the cutscenes don't work. And cutscenes don't work, you have to use the sub screens to see if you haven't, and you got to make sure you do it, or you're gonna have to do double runs like I had to do here. Now that I got the key, only thing I have to worry about is the butterfly, and I don't have to collect anything else until I get to the butterfly, and that's way up the road. So now just focus on getting through the game, and not worrying about sacred treasures for right now, and just worry about collecting the ones I don't have. So just proceed as normal. They really have to teach Daphne how to fight. I mean, Dirt on the real side, dude. Teach the girl how to fight. No one has the power of a god where they can see all, and they'll be there to rescue you when you get in trouble. Human beings don't have that power, and we can't be everywhere. So it just makes sense to make sure Daphne can protect herself. If, in so deed, she gets kidnapped again. It's just, to me, it's just common sense to just learn how to fight. If you have a husband that's a warrior, I think the wife needs to be a warrior as well as the husband. Because if she's going to be alone one day, she's got to learn how to defend herself. And then you won't have crazy mother-in-laws to try to come and kill you if your daughter gets kidnapped.
Was brilliant, the slightly told the tyrant and in the way for mimsy were the Borgo.
Cheshire Cat. That's the Cheshire Cat right there from Alice in Wonderland. The Queen of Hearts. I love how they butter in those Disney characters from, you know, the Alice in Wonderland here. He's definitely not in Wonderland though. Dirk is in a nightmare. A pure nightmare. And I know he wants to wake up from this dream. He's traveling. He's doing some time travel here. Now he's in heaven. I guess that's the Garden of Eden or whatnot.
One more step and you're finished. Ooh.
And you got this. Oh, look at. Why do they do Eve like this? Wow, Eve is she's been eating a lot of bad fruits.
Hang on, brother.
She's been eating a lot. Eve is pretty big.
Ticket to fame and fortune.
Can't have him, Eve. He's married. He's got a wife and 50 million kids. He's off limits. It's off the market.
Eve. Apple.
And of course, you know, Eve eats the apple and all fucking hell breaks loose. As you can see, us women, we're just such bad news, aren't we? Women. We are trouble. Let me see. They got my boy Dumbo there. How did Dumbo get there? Dumbo was just appeared out of the blue. It's like I really wish Dumbo would have had more of an appearance in this. Dumbo would have definitely been some assistance to Dirt, like I said before.
Daphne's mine.
It's an excellent game. Digital Leisure did an excellent job with this, I think, with the point and click. The point and click is fun. If you really want to be hardcore, play the arcade, because the arcade offers a lot more challenge. If the challenge is where it's at, you definitely have to play the arcade, because the arcade is definitely going to deliver the challenge for you. Like I said, I've played these games without the indicator before, so this is, you know what I'm saying, of course this is a walk in the park for me, because I've played the real actual game and beat it. So this is actually just something I wanted to record, because I have it at my fingertips. I can't go, I don't have a cabinet, which I really wish Rudy would find me a cabinet, either Dragon Slayer 2 cabinet. That would be a great birthday present for me. But I think Dragon Slayer 2 is even more rare. than Dragon's Lair 1. Because I've seen Dragon's Lair 1 arcade machines a lot. But Dragon's Lair 2, those are, I've definitely only seen that once in a lifetime. So I'm pretty sure to buy a Dragon's Lair 2 machine would probably cost quite a bit. But like I said, you know, you could find one for me, that would be amazing. I would love to have it. I would love it. I would do several runs on it. But I think this is a good, this is a good emulation of it. And it's fun, you know, you can pick up and play. Anybody can pick up and play the game and enjoy it. And they make it simple and easy enough for you to play. And it's great to do a recorded run, and it's beautiful to look at. And these are the time. This came out in the 90s. His big brother, the Dragon's Lair 2 and Space Ace, came out in the 80s. So this is greatness here. This is arcade greatness. So anybody that's interested in any of the arcade games, these are top notch. These Laserdisc games are top notch, and I think the Laserdisc games were ahead of the time in the 80s, 90s. So it was great. It was great to grow up with them, you know. Even though I'm much more familiar with, as you can see, I was able to proceed to the final stage, and now I'm in a final battle with Modrock. And this is the final battle here, the final scene. And now that I destroyed him, all I have to do is wake up Princess Daphne from her sleep. So I think Dirk at this point, he was kind of giving up. Oh shit, I failed, she's dead. He sort of like thought maybe she was gone, and it was too late. So he gets happy once he realizes she's awake and she's alive. And then this is where it ends. I think this has the best ending here. It's a great ending. Much better ending, Space Ace, much better ending than Dragon's Lair 1. He gets really, really excited and happy. And they, of course, kiss each other and all that. Which is how all those kids got here, you know those kids. So this is great. Great ending. Amazing ending. I wish that they all would have ended like that. Comes back home, brings back a lot of goodies for the kids. I think they got like 11 children. Yeah, brought back all the secret treasures, and now we are a winner. Hell yes. This is another No Death run from your girl RETROSTARR. I hope you guys enjoy that double feature 2 loot No Death run. And this is RETROSTARR, and I am out. Thank you.